Hello. Thank you guys all for coming here today. I'm already messing with the mic. Today's going to be a fun one. We're going to be talking about crypto scams and the future Cardano project scams. This is a Monday AMA. We do these every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The way they work is I come with a topic. Today's topic, as I said, is scams. And then the rest of it, you guys choose the topic. So if you're watching this not live and you'd like to participate in it live, all you have to do is come to the AMAs at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all the questions you have throughout the week as you're pondering cryptocurrency, you can write those down and bring them to the Monday AMA. And I would appreciate it if you did that because the better questions, the better AMA that we have. To have the best AMA, there's two things that we need. We need big pay in the flow state, and then we need some damn good questions. But I appreciate you guys all being here today. We got just another viewer. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, man. You are here on time. I appreciate it. Anthony, Matthew, Kaizen, Jenny, Dev Pryor. How are you doing, Dev Pryor? It's been a while, man. Tom, what's up? Ravon, how are you guys all doing? If you guys could, I'd appreciate it if you click that like button. I always forget, so I have to remind you guys. If I forget, I'm sure you do too. There are currently 40 concurrent viewers here and only 14 likes. Let's get those numbers up, ladies and gentlemen. But either way, I do appreciate you coming today. So scams. Said my boy's getting a tan. Am I? Let's take a look at it. Oh, I am getting a tan. It's that Florida. That Florida sun. I've been going outside. I've been living life. I got a new chair. Big ballin'. Look at that. Ooh. I just joined to hit the like. Thank you so much, man. So much. Tan for sure. Dude, give me 3 months. You'll see the Italian in me coming out. But crypto scams. So we have to talk about this. If you guys were around in cryptocurrency a few years ago, there was this crazy time on Ethereum. It was called ICO time, initial coin offering. It's when people actually had the ability to use tokens to raise funds for their projects. And funny thing about these ERC20 tokens that you can use to raise funds for your project, you can also use them to steal money from people. Think about it. I have this token that someone wants to invest in. They buy it up. I just take their money and do nothing with the token. It's very simple how it works. So during these days, these ICO days, there were many great projects that came out of the ICO days. And what they would do is they'd sell a bunch of tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. They'd raise funds, and either they would build a project out of it, or they would take the money and run. Well, it's kind of crazy because if you guys remember back in February, we had something called the Merry Hard Fork. And what the Merry Hard Fork did was allowed you to actually use tokens on the Cardano blockchain. It's called the native token standard on Cardano. Well, what's stopping us from doing the same thing on Cardano? What if I just make a token, call it peyton, steal all of your money? Nothing is stopping me from doing that. The difference is there's no smart contracts yet. And when smart contracts come, as you guys all know, smart contracts add a lot of utility to blockchains. Well, they also add a lot of utility to me stealing your money. Because then with a smart contract, it's a lot easier. All you have to do is you essentially say, oh, I know I'm going to get this coin in return. So it's a lot easier to steal someone's money because you know you're getting the token back, but the token doesn't have to be worth anything in the first place, right? So I suspect there to be many scam projects on top of Cardano. I read something a long time ago. It's probably bullshit like most statistics you read, but it's like 5% of businesses succeed. That's the outlook that you should have in your mind when you're looking at these projects that are being built on Cardano. 5% of them will succeed. Maybe a little more than that, maybe a little less. But please be careful when you're investing in any new projects being built on top of Cardano. Never, ever invest more than you're willing to lose. Expect all of your investments on these new projects to go to zero because all it takes for me to take money, from someone who's not willing to do the research on these is I start up a website that make it look nice, and then you can use smart contract templates on Ethereum right now. So you have a nice DeFi website. So I'm going to make this nice DeFi protocol website, and you get an advantage if you have some of our tokens. You have this nice website, you have a nice Twitter account, you have a Telegram, you have a Discord. These guys are experienced at doing this, right? They've done these scams before. I'm sure they've done them on Binance Chain. I'm sure they've done them on every single blockchain there is, and we're next. So the reason I'm making this video today is to tell you to please be careful and don't fall to one of these scams. I know a lot of people in the Cardano community have done well recently because, you know, obviously with the price going up, especially the people that have been here for years, but people can take your money. So please be careful with all of these new projects that are coming onto the Cardano blockchain. And one of the biggest ways you can tell a scam from, you know, a good project is if someone puts their face on it and if they're a reputable actor, right? That's not going to get rid of all scams ever, but if someone has their face on it and they're a reputable actor and they've been here for years, then that's a good sign for the project specifically. But if the project has no face on it, if they don't have a team, if the team's not coming out and talking about them, they're not putting their skin in the game, then I would stay a million feet away from that project. I mean, we talked about this last week with stake pools. You know, you guys were all asking me because, and I actually do have to make a correction on this. In my last title, I said that the Cardano Foundation stole 20,000 USD, or no, a stake pool stole 20,000 USD from the Cardano Foundation. I was actually mistaken with that on how the protocol works. So my mistake with that was I thought when you changed the fees and you got caught in that snapshot that it automatically ate up the funds. But the way it actually works is you change the fees on the pool, snapshot happens, and then another snapshot happens, and then the fees are changed. So they actually didn't get any money from them. So I wanted to make that correction on that. I'm very sorry about that. I've turned into a little bit of a journalist lately, so I have to have some journalistic integrity and correct that error in my last video. But back to scams. So the scams that you're probably going to get got by are these project scams. They make something cool, they have cool videos, they have cool designs, but they get very good at this, and they take your money because you're investing in there. And the only way to 100% stop that is only invest money you're willing to lose in these projects. You know, treat it like gambling. You know, you're going to the slots, you're playing some roulette, you're throwing some money on black. But maybe you probably have a less % chance of actually making some money from some of these than you would throwing it on that 49% on black. You know, so is it 49 or is it 49 and a half? 48? I forget. There's an exact percentage to that. But the scams that, and then obviously, you know, don't be a weenie. You know, that's another advice that I can give you. The biggest example of don't be a weenie is the crypto scams that are going around on YouTube. So in the comments down below, if you comment on this video, you'll see somebody say, "Hey, Big Pay," or they'll have my name, have my picture, and it'll say, "Hey, call me on WhatsApp. Use this number." I've never even used WhatsApp before. I don't even know what WhatsApp is. I heard it was owned by Facebook, and I said goodbye, right? So I will never ask you to message me. I will never ask for funds. And all of the comments down below from creators, those are all fake. Those are all bots that are trying to get people to message them and extract funds from them somehow. So if you are not providing any value, do not expect to get any value in return. So what I mean by that is don't expect to double your money from nothing. Don't expect to have, 3x gains from nothing. The only way that you can get value in this world is if you get lucky or you provide value to the world and you get value in return. Those are the only two ways, right? So just please have some thought, when you're dealing with these funds. It seems like fake internet money, in your wallet sometimes, because 100 ADA to me used to be 3 cents. So I'm looking at 100 ADA. It just does not seem like it's $1.70 yet to me. So it's a lot easier, to be less careful than you should be. And please be very vigilant about protecting your funds, because who knows what ADA will be worth 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And, losing a significant portion of your holdings right now on one of these scams, could affect your family, and could affect your future. So please be vigilant. Also, the giveaway scams, I have to mention those. There is giveaway scams going on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen them, and they're in the form of live streams, and they're going to be in a lot of forms, right? So that's why I'm trying to give you the base knowledge that I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, this is pretty obvious. It seems pretty obvious, but there's some people that this isn't obvious to yet. They haven't been scammed yet, right? Am I losing frames? No. Okay. I'm still good. Mine froze on me, so thought maybe I was. But some people, this stuff may not be too obvious to. So it's important for me to mention, as all these new people come into crypto, as they gain some money, just please be vigilant with your earnings and don't take them for granted. And if you've done very well, and you've done very well in a short amount of time, don't be so quick to think that you're a genius and you'll be able to do it again, because none of us are. Markets act irrationally, and you can get lucky again for sure, but you're definitely not going to get lucky on a project that's just out here to steal your funds. Never send any money to these live streams. You'll see them. It'll say Cardano Ada or IOHK Charles or Charles Hoskinson, and it'll be 1,000 viewers, 5,000 viewers. All of those viewers are bots. All of the comments on those are fake. And in the live stream, it'll show Charles talking, and it'll say, "Oh, Cardano, the future, Babel fees, life is good." It'll show a normal Charles AMA, right? Or what's he been on recently? COVID. It'll show, I probably shouldn't have said that. Definitely going to get demonetized for that dirty word. But you'll see, Charles talking about what Charles normally talks about. And below that, it'll say an address. Send money to this address and double your money. You won't be able to double your money. It's just impossible. If you're not providing value and if you're not getting lucky, then no value will be given back to you in return. So that's my little spiel on giveaway scams and the new projects that are coming to Cardano. I will do my best, to try to point out some of these scams, and I'll do my best to try to protect you guys. It's not that I know some of you don't need protecting, but I just mean, bringing awareness to new projects that you may not have heard about because you're working or living your daily life. But I'm going to try my best, but at the same time, it's on you. It's on you to protect your funds. And I'll try to help if I can. So, yeah. But let's talk about Bloom. Bloom is my Cardano stake pool. We actually minted the 8th ever block on top of the Cardano blockchain. So we've been here from the very beginning, literally. And we'll be here till your end. So if you guys do want to support this channel and support Bloom, feel free to delegate to any of the Bloom pools. We have Bloom through Bloom 6, pay kick-ass returns, and provide a lot of support. If you guys have any questions about anything, come to the Discord, and it'll be me or Chim. Chim's in there. And Anthony will help you out. We also accept emails. We have newsletters. We have the Apocalypse. If you guys go to bloompool.io right now, we have something new called the Apocalypse. It's a monthly, or not a monthly, it's an epoch-based. It's an epoch. I don't know. There's a word. There should be like an epochal. I don't know. Some word that says an epoch by epoch basis, right? That we send out those. It's just news on Cardano. It's not just about Bloom. We talk about, new NFT projects, new Cardano news, talk a lot about that Apocalypse, and my partner Anthony works on those. So if you guys would like to join that little newsletter, we only send one, I was going to say one a week, but no, it's one an epoch. So every 5 days, you guys get your Cardano updates. So hell yeah. But it is an AMA. Oh, also Bloom tokens. I know you guys love Bloom tokens. And you can get Bloom tokens today right next to your ADA and your ROI or your Daedalus wallet. It's very simple how you do that. You click the Discord link down below. And once you click the Discord link down below and you join the Discord, there will be a channel called Bloom-Tokens. And in the Bloom-Tokens, all you do is you go to, there's like a little react emoji. And it's confetti coming out like, ah. Click that react button. And then once you click that react button, you'll be entered in the giveaway. And I pick 5 winners of Bloom tokens every single week. And I send them out 7 days from now. So also, if you don't have your address to me within the next 7 days before I send out the next one, then you're disqualified. So sorry about that. I just can't be keeping track of all of them. But we'll go ahead and start the AMA today. I appreciate you guys all being here. What kind of questions do you got for me? David Crust says, I trust the Lambo on the moon stupid face thumbnail YouTubers the most. Me too, David. Me too. Rav says, remember, almost nobody talks about losses. This is very important. When we're talking about Dogecoin, we're talking about these moonshot coins. No one really ever posts their losses. When you do options trading, no one ever posts their losses. They lose their money and then they cry to their family, or they go drinking that night. They don't get on Twitter or Reddit and do them. So they did a fake Elon live stream. Damn, Elon's even on it. MW Craig said Sunday Swap I think is supposed to be integrated with Daedalus. So Craig, that could be true, but my instinct is to say it's not. I see Daedalus as probably being an open source piece of software that allows all swaps to be on there. It'll allow everyone on Daedalus to participate in all these swaps. I don't think they'll pick one DeFi protocol or one swap to choose. Unless it's like already, on Cardano, that's what everyone uses anyway. So I don't think it'll be integrated in Daedalus, but it could be. I'll have to look into that. If you have a link, if anyone has a link, feel free to send that to me. Keep it up. Need to defomo Cardano ahead of time. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm going to be probably saying this every week for the next few months. Antimatter said, get that Discord popping, people. Hell yeah. The Discord's grown a lot. It's pretty crazy. Eric said, you should get a big 8th block decoration on the wall behind you. I would love that. I need something there. I've been slowly working on each room in the house as time goes on. B. Ross says, do you have partners that are part of running Bloompool? Yes. If you want some more information, B. Ross, just go to bloompool.io. It's not all me. I like this. I'm going to say this. Ravanon said, by the way, ironically, the extra high ETH fees are due to all the shitcoins being traded right now. At the end of the day, not ADA, but shitcoins might bring ETH's demise. Shitcoins are the demise of us all. Kaizen said, why do my rewards fluctuate so much epoch to epoch? That's a very good question, Kaizen. So what it looks like from an operator standpoint, right? It's a lottery system, the amount of blocks that you're assigned. So when you look at a stake pool, there is a estimated amount of blocks that they should get. And that's based on the total stake in the pool. So let's say your pool is at 50 million and it's estimated every epoch it should get about 50 blocks. Well, each ADA stake to that pool is essentially another ticket in the block lottery. And there are a lot of blocks to go around, right? So the amount of tickets you have, you can get more than just one block. So even though you're estimated about 50 blocks every epoch, you can get a little unlucky. You can get 45, 40, 60, 65. It's just because it's a lottery system. I've seen some crazy stuff where people are scheduled, 0.1 of a block an epoch, and then they get 2 blocks, right? They all should average out to about 5.25% a year over time. But remember, there's that rewards decay rate, and the rewards will fall in half about every 6 years in the current parameters. So as long as it's averaging out to about 5.25% a year in your stake pool over a period of, I would say, 3 months, I would say your pool's doing good. Fatty said, you guys have a lot of good questions today. I'm already loving it. I got a whole list to go through. Thank you guys so much. Also, if you could, there's 135 people. If you guys could click that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Fatty says, being careful and trusting only reputable SPOs with good history is solid advice. But do you think what Crow did hurts new stake pools trying to build reputation? Any tips on how to gain that trust? That's a good question, Fatty. And honestly, I think it does. Because, there's a sentiment going around that, at least a lot of people don't know, because I get this question all the time, is, but can a stake pool steal your funds? When you delegate to a stake pool, is there any risk? And there's no risk when you're delegating to a stake pool. The only risk that you have is, your potential earnings, the rewards that you would get if you were delegating to a reputable SBO that's paying you. That's the only risk, is losing those rewards. So there is no risk to delegating. But that, I think, does hurt new stake pools' reputation, because now there is some inherent risk in there, and people are immediately going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to delegate to this new pool when there's already been this other pool, call it Bloom, who's been here for 9 months. He puts his face on everything. You can go to their website and see, everything about Bloom. We're fully transparent about everything that we do. I think that does hurt new pools. As far as how to build that reputation, just sticking with it, keeping your pool running, building up a loyal delegation base, and just being open for longer. If you're a pool and you have enough ADA at least to get a block every couple of epochs, having 6 months of history is damn good, right? So also just putting your face on it, with projects, I said that the best thing to do was, maybe look at projects that where someone's willing to put some skin in the game, put their face on it. I would probably say the same thing, to them. Wall Street Bets is a different beast, though. Most people don't show their losses. Loss porn it's a new thing. Andy Matter said, "Hey Pay, what are your thoughts on the current state of NFTs on Cardano?" I think it's pretty cool. I think NFTs, especially the digital art stuff that's going on right now, it's a perfect way to show how Cardano is better than Ethereum, specifically with fees, with lower TX fees. It's not the best comparison. It's apples and oranges because there's not the sheer amount of users on top of Cardano, but it's just nice to see people interacting with the Cardano blockchain for something other than staking, for something other than just sending and receiving funds. It removes the ghost chain away from us a little bit more. Day by day, we move away from our ghost chain past. But no, I think it's really cool. There are going to be some shit NFT projects that we only hear of for a week and never hear of again. And there's some NFT projects that, people will be collecting years from now. Especially, I think it's cool, man. I think it's all pretty cool. I don't have any issues with the NFTs on Cardano. So, but same with investing in new projects. I wouldn't invest in a bunch of NFTs thinking you're going to get rich off of them. Not financial advice. How much bandwidth does it take to run a stake pool and download speed? Not much at all, man. I think it's like a gigabyte a month. It's a pretty low amount. But that was at the very start, so it could have changed a little bit. And then download speed, not much. I mean, you'd probably get away with 4-5 megabits, really. What are your thoughts that Doge is down? I mean, I saw it coming. I actually bought my first ever future before. I actually shorted Doge. It was just pretty obvious. It was the classic case of buy the rumor and sell the news. And the news was obviously Elon going on SNL. So I bought some puts on it, made some money on that. But do I think it makes people jaded to crypto? No. Hopefully it just makes them jaded to, to buying, to gambling, and expecting that they're going to make a bunch of money. Hopefully it just makes people jaded to what Dogecoin is, right? And what GameStop is and what AMC is. GameStop's a little bit different because there was actually, the short squeeze was there, but the sentiment behind GameStop, even though what was valid, what came after the GameStop investing was people just throwing all their money in there hoping to make money, just gambling. So hopefully it makes people jaded to that and not jaded to cryptocurrency, but it's not down that much. I mean, it's down 30% to 50 cents and it just shot all the way up to 70 cents like a week ago. So if people are jaded from doubling their money and then dipping 30%, Wah. Wah. Get out of here. Eric Lyon says, how much do Bloom tokens sell for on the aftermarket? Bloom tokens have no price. We are not selling them. They have only been given away from staking to Bloom and also giveaways. So we do not sell Bloom tokens. As far as what are they on the aftermarket, whatever the, I think they're about probably at this point, I would want to say 25 to 35 individuals that have Bloom tokens. So whatever the hell they're willing to sell them for, so it's just, there's no market for them. Casper's, I can't read your message, says, does I'm delegate amount or wallet in Stakepool? Oh. You actually delegate the whole wallet, Casper. Good question. Areli said, so what's so important? That's a good question. The important part was how to protect yourself away from giveaway scams and Cardano project scams. If you want to rewind to the beginning, if you missed that, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, happy Cardano payday, everybody. We're all getting our staking rewards today. Hell yeah. Happy to see it. Darko says, hey, press those like buttons, people. Let's help this YouTube channel spread around. Hey, thank you so much, Darko. I appreciate that. He's right, though. Click that damn like button. Please explain how to switch delegation to Bloom in your ROI. Claim rewards first. How many epochs do you miss during the switch, etc.? So it's a great question, Kaizen, and thank you for considering Bloom as your new stake pool. So how you do it is you just go to the delegation tab and then type in Bloom, and then you can choose any of the Bloom pools. We have Bloom through Bloom 6. I recommend Bloom 6, and you just click that and then click, it'll say delegate or redelegate. Click that and it'll say, are you sure that you'd like to leave your other pool? You can say yes on that. And then now, how many epoch rewards do you miss? 0. The first time you delegate to a pool, it takes 3 epochs before you receive those first rewards. Well, now you have some back pay coming in, because even though it took a few epochs to earn your first rewards, you were still earning rewards throughout those epochs. So you'll get 2 more rewards payments from your old pool before you start receiving tokens from your new pool. So it will be 0 epochs that you lose. So, and claim rewards first, ? No need to. Those rewards are actually paid to your staking address, and your staking address is automatically delegated to whatever pool that you're delegated to. So you can claim them if you want, but there's no reason to unless you're sending them somewhere. Randomized says, do you know what the largest block on ADA so far is? How many TXs in one block? I'm not sure. It's a good question. Christian's talking about a 200 mining gas fee on Ethereum. I mean, it's getting pretty rough over there. I mean, ETH's been killing it lately. It's $4,000 last time I checked. So obviously, as that USD value goes up, that gas price goes up with it. So it's a great question, Rob, and I actually meant to touch on this. So, by the way, in the current state, what do you think is the most ethical way for a project to raise funds required to get started? So that is a good question. So I've spoke to DC, and obviously there's a bit of bias there. He's starting his own protocol on top of Cardano called Liquid. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. He kills it on Twitter. But he likes this idea of a fair token launch. And to me, this just makes sense. What a fair token launch is, DeFi, you have to provide liquidity. You have to take some of your funds and you have to provide them to a smart contract. And then those earn rewards on top of the amount that you put in. And that amount is paid back to you, right? And that amount can be in the original asset that you provide, or that amount can be in a different token, the protocol token. So in Liquid's case, LQ. Well, he thinks that the only way that you should get LQ tokens is if you provide liquidity. So no sale, no initial distribution offering. To me, that seems to be the fairest way, because then the only way that you get the tokens is by participating in the protocol like everyone else. Because a lot of these tokens actually have governance aspects to them too. So a lot of the time they're just selling these tokens to raise funds. And these tokens have a big impact on the governance. It's the idea of selling, it's just not good, because you're incentivizing people. I'm just not a big fan of it, especially when you're using a different blockchain to do so. So what is the most ethical way for a project to raise funds? Catalyst funding, to me, seems like the literal most ethical way, because you're getting funds from a decentralized treasury and you're building community support through the value that you're saying that you're going to provide, by showing the value that you have provided in the past, or showing the value you can provide based on your knowledge base. You get people to vote for you, and then you receive the funds, and then you do a fair token launch. That's what Liquid's doing. That's the Liquid protocol. So that seems like the most, and it hasn't been launched yet, right? So, but to me, that seems like the most ethical way to do a launch, But especially with Occam, and I'm willing to have Occam back on the podcast. I'm not just trashing these things. Oh, they're the worst. They're going to scam everyone. But specifically with Occam, what bothered me so much about the podcast that I did with him, especially going back and rewatching it, is he kept saying that he's trying to bring value to the Cardano community. He's trying to bring liquidity over to Cardano using so what Occam did is they sold their token, an initial IDO, and they sold their token on the Ethereum blockchain, and the token that they sold was actually an ERC20 token. And, when questioning him about that, why would you just sell it on Ethereum? Why don't you just wait? You keep saying Cardano is good because we take forever. We take the time. You talk about how all the good things that we're doing, but instead of following Cardano's ideologies and waiting, you just, as fast as possible, collect as much money as you can using Ethereum. And he's saying, oh, well, he kept saying, I want it to be a fair token launch for Cardano holders. Well, let's think about what a fair token launch would be. It would be on Cardano, because I don't have to move my ADA, my liquidity that I have, over to a different blockchain that I don't really believe in because of the high TX fees. I have to move my liquidity over to another blockchain to buy your token, but somehow that's bringing liquidity back to Cardano. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's just businessman speak. And I kept saying that to him over and over again. That makes literally no sense. And it wasn't registering. It's because he wanted to raise funds, and instead of waiting by using Project Catalyst, by getting us all to believe in his project, believe in his mission, instead of waiting for smart contracts on top of Cardano and using Cardano's blockchain as a way to raise funds for their project, what he instead did was, fuck it, send it. Let's make his money as quick as possible. How can we do this? When will that token be on Cardano? It's just like, the whole thing really just rubbed me the wrong way. And it honestly rubs me the wrong way about a lot of future projects that are being brought on Cardano. And everyone's initial thought is, oh, what about SingularityNet? SingularityNet built their protocol, built their business on top of Ethereum, and now they're migrating a portion of their business over. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, because they're not coming out and saying, oh, we're doing this for Cardano. Cardano's where it's at. Cardano's what it is. And then also using Ethereum to raise money. It's two different things. They're saying Cardano has a lot of valuable things in it, and we're going to utilize that. Whereas Occam is, Cardano is it. We're bringing value to Cardano. It's two different things. It's two different things. Anthony said, can I get some Bloom token? No. How many times do I have to tell you? Arnie said, hey, Pat, I like when you wear your hair open. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Still drying? Dude, my hair loves Florida. I like this guy. He says, okay, I'll read it in a second. Hey, Pay, just online. Now, so passive, you've already covered this, but what potential thing excites you personally about most tokens? Really, this whole AMA has been what excites me the least about most tokens. what excites me the most? I really see tokens as utility. So really nothing about tokens excites me, right? I see, tokens as a way of like raising funds, as a way of like, raising value, a way of governance, so the governance aspect is what excites me the most, I'd say. Governance as a service on Cardano. How long have you been in crypto? Since 2016. I had some crypto back in 2014, but I was too young to even know what magic internet money was at the time. My balls has lump says, say my name, Big Pay. I just like that. I like that you just said, say my name. Dan Letty said, I'm going to redelegate to Bloom. Can you clarify why you recommend Bloom 6? Are the rewards about the same for all of them? Yes, the rewards are about the same for all of them. The reason I recommend Bloom 6 is because it's the closest from the top. It's the closest from being saturated, but all of the other pools are fine. You can delegate to whichever one you'd like, but it's like picking, your lucky winner. They're all supposed to pay the same over time. They're all designed to pay the same over time. But you can get lucky for a couple months on one of them. So they're all not close to being saturated, so you can delegate to whatever one you'd like. But Bloom 6 is the least close. That's why I tell people Bloom 6. How's Florida? It's great. It's great. I really do like it here. I upgraded the dataless wallet. Now the wallet is missing the ADA to dollar info. Have you heard of the issue? I haven't heard of that, but I did see somebody actually mention that. And I wonder if there's like I don't know why they would get rid of that. Does anybody have any info on that? Any info why they would get rid of the price info? I was going to say like some legal issues, but what legal issues could come from that, Kaizen said, if a person has an F ton of ADA, should they split their delegation among several pools? If you're looking to diversify any risk, it's good to split things up, right? So I would say go for it if you're trying to diversify any risk. But I don't have an F ton of ADA, but I have especially now at the price, I have a good bit of ADA, at least 2. I think we're at 3.5 now. And I just delegated all to one pool. So I don't do several. I pick my favorite Bloom pool. My favorite Bloom pool for a while was Bloom until I got kicked out by the K increase. I think now my favorite is Bloom 4. I think the best return, like the luckiest pool, has been Bloom 6. Benjamin says, hey, my dude, do you use any product for your hair? Got to get myself some curls. Yeah, man. Yeah, I do. I actually use Paul Mitchell's Tea Tree. It's they call it dry hair conditioner, and I just use that after I get out of the shower. It saves your life, man. It saves your life. I don't actually use it for, the curls. I use it because it just makes everything, it keeps the tangles away and shit. So I just hate dealing with that, especially when you're getting in the sauna and stuff. Your hair will not. Secret of Drowning says, psilocybin mushrooms. Hell yeah. You have anything else to say, or are you just happy today, Secret? Jenny said, my hair hated Florida. How? I don't know. I get here and it's automatically fuller and happier. I guess, swimming and stuff will get you, but. Rav said, you see, Bloom tokens have price. There's a guy wanting one and nobody buy one. Rand says, DC and Liquid doing some good stuff. Hell yeah. I agree. What Crow did to the Cardano Foundation was effed up. Saw your video on that a couple of days ago. I believed in the Crow project, but since I saw them basically scam CF, I want to get out of that ASAP. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It just seems so shady, and their response to it was even more shady. The response was like, oh, we all agreed on this. It's like, oh, okay, sure. Big Pay, baby, what's good? Putting another 10K in your pool. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you putting another 10K in, but things are good. Life is good. I feel like things are starting to slow down a little bit. At least until the shitstorm that is Plutus comes. It's a double-edged sword. My email box is going to be crazy for probably 5 months. But we have Plutus! Gerbil Sandwich, and this is a response to the guy asking, what happens to the USD on Daedalus. It says, go into settings and set the currency again. It's annoying, but it'll come back. So, hopefully that works for you. And I appreciate you guys all tuning into the live stream today. If you guys are enjoying it so far, please click that like button. William said the conversion between ADA and money comes, or USD comes so often. It may be the updates. Maybe the updates is what's restarting it. Andrew said, do you think you were a little harsh today on Twitter? Yeah, I was a little harsh. I don't have Asana. I use Asana, but I pay $30 a month to use it. Actually, wait, I do have Asana. I did get one, but I don't use it because it's not as good as the one at the gym. So maybe I am balling. I do got Asana. Is that the that's the kicker right there? So was I a little harsh on Twitter? Yeah. I'm gonna be harsh on Twitter sometimes, man, and I think we need to be harsh about that. Like, because I kind of went on my rant about it earlier. Like, I think I was a little harsh, but I think it was in a good way, right? I said, we just call them all shit coins. It's like, I don't mean literally, but I just don't see, I don't like people saying they're bringing value to ADA and then using an ERC20 token. So although I was a little harsh with it, I think that, my point still stands. And I was essentially saying, why are all of these projects claiming to bring value to ADA, claiming to be about ADA, but then using ERC20 to raise funds? If you're about ADA, you know that we have Project Catalyst, and you know that in Project Catalyst there is, what is it now? Like $500 million in Catalyst funds available for projects to use, but you just want to take funds from our users using ERC20. Was I too harsh? I don't know. After I tweeted it, I thought about it. Am I too harsh? But I don't know. Answers in the middle, like always. I was probably too harsh, but I was... Yeah, the sauna I got, it's not like a normal sauna. It's like a little tent that you put up with a few lights in it to heat you up. Any idea we're going to use Prism to verify my ID? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. That's an IOHK thing. IOG. I can't wait till they do their full rebranding so I can stop saying both IOHK and IOG in the same sentence. Did you notice the sudden spike in Cardano PRs after Charles's trip to the Georgia Shoom Conference? Coincidence? I think not. CF leaving Crow was a baller move. Of course they were going to leave. As soon as they saw that, gone. To be honest, I love when people aren't politically correct. There's stuff you need to be PC about, but BS ain't one. I agree, man. I actually think our world is moving a little bit further away from, we obviously have cancel culture, but that's like being politically correct in a different way. We used to not be able to say the F word, and now there's just a whole area of things that we can't talk about because of cancel culture, but we can at least say the F word now, so we've come a long way. Chuck Florida said, hey, where do I buy Cardano projects? Hey, please rewatch this video. If you didn't watch the beginning of it, afterwards I'd rewatch the beginning. I talk a little bit about that. Fatty said, oh, what happened on Twitter? You can go check it out. I'll send you the link. Nothing. I was just talking, I was just voicing my opinion specifically about projects that are using ERC20 to raise funds for Cardano projects. It just seems like a bunch of bogus to me. I sent you the link if you want to check it out. Pay, you been getting any action in Florida or what? The only action I get, Matthew, is Ada Lovelace. We should all know that here. Ada Lovelace is a baddie. Secret of Downing says, F him, you were not too harsh. And it was in general too, It wasn't any project in particular. It was in general. Jacob says, do you have an opinion on increasing downtime for certain exchanges, Binance, Crow, etc.? It seems like a lot of platforms are experiencing downtime more and more recently. It's just all the users, man. Just all the users. Crypto is blowing up. Crypto is blowing up right now. I have not spoke about the ISO. I was going to do it today, but I wanted to give a little bit more time to research it a little more. I'll be releasing that in my weekly recap video. Damn. Anthony said, did you see Tom Brady dropping an NFT marketplace called Autograph? No, I didn't. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. Braveheart Stakepool said, Sunday Swap will use a new funding mechanism called Initial Stakepool offering. In order to generate funding for the project, they will raise a block minting reward fee to 50 to 100%. In compensation, delegators will receive airdrops of Sunday tokens proportional to the contribution to our stake pool. Thoughts on this funding mechanism? Seems pretty cool to me. I mean, it doesn't seem like the worst idea, but at the same time, it could still be used. But if you think about it, staking is almost like providing liquidity, but you get to keep the funds. So I don't know. Doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem bad. Edward says, question, Yay Swap, lots of controversy around it. They sold millions in IEO, but people say no team names, no interviews. It's a scam. What do you think? I don't know, man. I haven't talked to him. I haven't looked into it yet. I'm going to probably give my opinion about that in the weekly recap. But if there's no interviews, there's no team names, why wouldn't you do an interview? Why wouldn't you come on my podcast or Kaizen's podcast or Rick's podcast? Because you just get more loyal people that are willing to participate in your protocol. So why not? Oh, you don't want to come on any of them. Don't want to put your face out there. Are you insecure about your hair? Have you been eating too many carbs during the pandemic? Why won't you come on? Was the Crow project related to Crypto Crow? It was not. A big pay NFT? Maybe Big Pay is working on an NFT project that I have not released any information about, that I just said live on this live stream for the 172 beautiful people here watching. Maybe I am. Maybe I am working on a NFT project. Miami is crypto friendly. Tom Brady has laser eyes for Twitter profile pic now. He got orange pilled, son. Hell yeah. I love it when people get orange pilled. I love it. I had somebody message me. So it was a company, and they said, "Big Pay, do you even do sponsors on your videos?" And it made me realize that it's because I don't leave any sponsor slots in my videos. And I realized that I need to start doing sponsor slots to actually get companies to reach out to me to sponsor my videos. So I'm going to start doing sponsors. I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you don't hate me. I'm only just going to be doing one. I was listening to this guy like Graham Stephan. He has a podcast, and his 1 hour podcast, he has 3 or 4 different 30-second ads. And here I am complaining about doing one 30-second ad. So we do have a sponsor of this podcast. Let me read this real quick. I'm not in Miami. But yeah, we do have a sponsor today, and this is actually where the most concurrent viewers are in this. That's why I waited to this. So thank you guys all for tuning in. But we do have a sponsor today, and that sponsor is Pilot Pool. Let me pull that up real quick. It was the company that reached out to me was actually Otis. Otis, they're like, do you even do sponsors? So Pilot Pool, they have a 1,050,000 ADA pledge with a 0% margin and a lifetime ROA of 6.3%. Luck has been in their favor. And they wanted to actually sponsor a message today and not just their pool. And the message they wanted to sponsor is move your crypto off exchanges. So a lot of people don't know this, especially new people that are coming to Cardano, and especially with exchanges offering staking rewards. When you hold your ADA on an exchange, it's not actually your ADA. It's not. You know, if the exchange goes down, you're not going to be able to withdraw it. If they, get hacked, you're going to lose your ADA. So it's not actually your ADA. And having ADA in your own wallet is risk-free. And you can earn with ADA risk-free rewards, which is unheard of in classical economics, in classic finance. Having a return on your money with no risk is unheard of. And you can do that right now with ADA. And that was the main message you want to sponsor. And he goes over delegators need, we talked about this last week, delegates need to stake with a trusted actor and community pool. So you can stake with a reputable pool with provable history. And that history is actually on the Cardano blockchain because they have been around since November 2020. And that's since the Shelley era. We're in the Mary era now. Soon we're going to be in the Gauguin era. And they're a mission-driven pool. And they donate 10% of all pool fees to the Multiple Sclerosis International Federation. And they're a part of the single owner and operator of a community pool with the pledge that we mentioned earlier. Yeah, that's the sponsor today. He's actually in the chat. So thank you so much for sponsoring ADA Pilot Pool. I will be having more sponsors on here. We're going to be doing about 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to be trying to do one per AMA, one per video. Never more, never less than that. So yeah, I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you don't hate me. I haven't done a sponsor in a while. But I realized me not doing sponsors hurts my sponsorship. So thank you so much, ADA Pilot. And thank you guys all for sticking through my sponsor today. Support our sponsors. Arrived late. Hey, Pay. Hey, man. No worries. We're still going. I'm having a good time today. We'll go a little longer today. Have some fun. Is Alonzo the end of July? That's what they've said, but it might be September. Maybe I need one of those hypothetical NFTs, Pay. Maybe. Maybe. Sponsors, okay. It's fair. You get the money for your work. I won't mind. I don't know. I've just always felt a little weird about sponsors. I've always felt a little weird about them sponsors. It's because I ad block everything. And I do pay for YouTube Premium, so I still pay the people that I ad block. But it's like, if I don't like something, then why should I do it? Is kind of my mental quarrel there. But I am inherently media now, so. Rav says, there needs to be a much clearer message on what yearly APY one can expect. For instance, Binance gives 7.2-ish% return for a 60-day lockdown. That sucks, man. They do the lockdown, but 7.2% is pretty damn good. So they'll stay in the exchange. But my question is, and I think the answer is no. Is that extra, what is it, 2%? Is that extra 2% actually worth risking putting your money on an exchange? In my opinion, no, right? If you get on Celsius right now, they pay you 10% for risking your money on an exchange, right? Because you can already earn 5.25 from staking in your own wallet with no risk. Well, now with Binance, you can earn 7.2, so you're earning a 2% extra with that inherited risk. Screw that. What you do is you keep it in your own wallet and you're in that return. But there will be some websites that offer way better returns than 7.2. And that's what we have to worry about is getting people to not use the exchanges that are paying 10 to 11%. Yannick said, hey, Peyton, good to catch you live again. Hey, thanks for coming by. Jenny Sita said, sponsors are good. Yeah, they're good. I appreciate you guys' response to my sponsors, by the way. As you can tell, I have not done any for months. Lon's Lawn. Impossible to speak on Bloom's Discord as an unverified via phone. Yeah, so the reason I have that Lon's Lawn is to actually keep bots out of the server. I figured by having, requiring a phone number, I don't get your phone numbers or anything, but by requiring a phone number, to enter the server and speak, it keeps out a lot of bots because the bots have to be smarter and actually have to have a phone attached, but they can still get in. So I've been doing this in the past week. I've been looking at ways to actually, not have a required phone number, but at a different way to limit the bot using some sort of like CAPTCHA that you guys have to use once you enter the server. You use the CAPTCHA one time and then it makes you a member and then members can chat. That's another way that I was looking at. So, yeah, that's why I do it. I don't really like it either, so I'll try to get past that. Ada Planet says, hi, Pay. I'm at work right now, but listening. Hey, thanks for coming by during your work day, man. I appreciate that. Work jobs where you can actually listen to a podcast or something at work are the best. I used to ask that, that's how awful I was as a kid. I would ask that in an interview. I'm like, so can I listen to Joe Rogan while I'm working here? If the answer was no, I'm out of here. Kaizen said, does your new deposit address Yoroi give you every time conceal your balance from the sender? It does not. It's because you stake. When you stake, all of your addresses are held together. So it sucks. Alan Watts says, is it true that 70% of ADA is staking? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over that actually. Let's go take a look. Look-see. Damn. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? 2,900 sats. Whoo. There is 72% staking right now. It's pretty crazy. It does say a lot about the community. It says a lot about what we're doing with our ADA. We staking it, boys, ladies and gents. Pay is probably in Clearwater. That's where everyone goes when they move to Florida. I don't know what Clearwater is. Let's look it up. Nope, I didn't move there. Quite the opposite, actually. Quite the opposite. Wherever may that be. Peyton is Celsius on desktop now, not that I know of. That's my one gripe with Celsius. Cat's doing good. Cat's doing good. Might have to make a guest appearance sometime. She only likes to show up while I'm doing doing podcasts with the greats. She showed up during Ben Gortzel's podcast. She showed up during Charles's podcast. But during the AMAs where I can show her a little cute ass off, I never get to show her. Imagine the freedom humankind will get if we split government and money. Dude, that's so many are enslaved right now. Dude, that's it, man. That's the biggest aspect of cryptocurrency, and that's the biggest flaw with our government is the crossover between the government and money. If they don't control the money supply, then we will have a lot more rights and a lot more to say about where the money goes in the government. At least that's my hope, man. But that's at the core of everything I believe in. What you just said. Have you heard when Celsius will have desktop? I have not. I don't really keep up with their stuff much. I keep a little bit of my money in Celsius, specifically my USDC. But that's it. Just sub to you, my guy. You seem like an interesting, dedicated guy. Looking forward to future content, what you have to say about ADA, crypto, etc. Hey, thank you, Jacob. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing the AMAs. I'm going to be trying some new stuff lately. New stuff soon. I'm going to be putting a lot more focus on the channel. When we started Bloom and we started all of this, I had to focus 100% on the technical side. I had to make sure the pool was doing great, and I had to learn as much as I could about all of this. But now I feel that we kick ass in that regard, and we have for a while. And now it's time for me to really focus on the YouTube channel. So I hope you guys will start to see that very shortly. Because I love the YouTube stuff. I really do. But the tech side of Bloom really consumed me for a long time. And I feel like I didn't give the YouTube channel as much love as I should have. How much will the staking rewards be in the future? Will it always be around 5%? So the staking rewards cut in half about every 6 years. So right now they're about 5.25%. So if the parameters stay the same, then they will be at about, what would that be? 26175? Something like that? I don't know. I can never do math while I'm doing these. Vaughn says, ayahuasca AMA. I don't think that would be a very fun gathering. Just be sitting there, just drinking a gourd and passing out, waking back up, probably shaky. I don't think that would be a fun AMA. AMA on ayahuasca next week. Got multiple people saying it. Blaine Bootsy, you had a great point here, man. I mean, I like the separation of money and government, but money in corporate doesn't exactly spell de facto freedom. For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, and that's what took me a little bit to kind of open up to that too, is it's like, well, if the governance not running everything, then, who's next? Who's next in line? It's corporations. Especially with, the digital era that we live in now. It's obviously the tech companies that would run everything. Andrew says, hey, Pay, I sent you an email a week ago, but I haven't heard back. Are you a bit behind because of the move? Yeah, I was a bit behind, but I'm all caught up now. I must have missed it. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll have my phone, and I'll read the email on my phone, and it'll read it. And then when I go later to actually answer all my emails, sometimes I'll miss one. So if you want to go ahead and resend that, Andrew, I'm really sorry for missing your email, man. I am all caught up now. B. Ross says, at what ADA price will you be purchasing the Lambo? Never. I will never purchase a Lambo. I don't like them, man. And even if I had a metric shit ton of money, I wouldn't be buying sports cars with it. Unless it was like hundreds of millions, then I'd buy a sports car. But, you know, if I had like $1 million or $10 million or $50 million, I'm probably not buying a sports car. Got to be honest. You should really go to International Doctor in Orlando. Where's that? What is that? Never heard of International Doctor. Or is it International Drive? What is International Drive? Oh yeah, and puking. Genesita said and puking. I can't forget about the puking. The worst part. Some Dimitri. Dan. Celsius was to launch a desktop version just before they moved to the Cardano blockchain. Maybe they have launched it. I like this. My balls have lumps. Yeah, ayahuasca AMA. Speak to the other people. 170 in the live feed, but thousands watching. Do the TX fees go towards stake rewards moving forward to offset the percentage? Do the TX fees go towards staking rewards to offset the percentage? Yes. Yes, they do. Secret of drowning. It's at $1.50 now? Really? I don't know what exchange you're on. It's pretty low. Buying the dip. Always got to buy the dip, brother. Anthony says, who's going to the Miami for the Bitcoin conference? Anthony and I will be there. If you want to meet up, want to shake hands, have a nice crypto chat, I'll be there. Kaizen said, I was looking forward to this AMA all weekend. Thank you for answering so many questions. Hey, no problem, man. And that's what I look forward to him all weekend too. So I'm happy you're there with me, man. I really appreciate that. What are your thoughts on the supply shortage being talked about? What supply shortage? Bitcoin maxis are upset. It happens. Bitcoin's been chilling for a while. ETH's been doing crazy things. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice over there. I need to sit up. Gotta follow proper protocol on my new chair. The dip is here. Thank God. Time to load up, boys. He's right. Not financial advice. Great content. Thank you. Hey, no problem, man. We'll go ahead and close it out here today. I'd say this is a damn good one. We didn't have a lot of viewers, but all the viewers here were wonderful. So I had a damn good time. Couldn't ask for more. I will catch you guys next Monday. So the giveaway, if you haven't already clicked it, it's in the Discord down below, Bloom Dash Tokens. Also, thank you again to our sponsor, Pilot Pool. I really appreciate it, man. Cheers all. Love you guys. Goodbye. I got to do the shimmy. I guess I have to. There it is.